Hi, I'm Pattu from freefincal. Today, let's talk about the risk in guaranteed return products. Regular viewers of this channel or regular readers of freefincal will know what I'm trying to say, but hopefully, this video will try and reach some people who want to invest in some kind of endowment plan or some kind of guaranteed pension plan or something like that. Because if you stick around a personal finance forum like us on Ideas of Wealth, there will always be some people asking for is this a good plan for pension, is this a good plan for my child, and they will cut and paste some insurance illustration and so on. Now, in such forums, you will always find two or three people actually taking the trouble of calculating the IRR, that is the annualized return, and saying you will get only 4%, 5%, 5.5%, whatever, and therefore you don't invest. I have tried asking people who post such questions, do you understand why these people are saying don't invest, or why they are saying you will get only that much return, and so, or how will you handle inflation? I have not found any convincing answer, which means that they don't understand and appreciate inflation. If we actually take the trouble of understanding inflation, then we will automatically not try and put all our money in fixed income, in such kind of products and so on. So this is an attempt to create some kind of a simple illustration for this, and to explain why you should not be investing in such products. So let's say you are investing in some product that's going to give you 5% return, and you'll put 60% of your money in something like PPF or Sukanya, something like that, maybe multiple PPFs, whatever. You'll put 60% in PPF or SSY and 40% in this guaranteed return product. So in that case, if you assume that you will get about 7.5% from PPF or SSY over the next 15 years, which could be an overestimate, they could be lower than that, then approximately the portfolio will grow each year at the rate of 60% into 7.5% plus 40% into 5%. So that's about 6.5%. That's the rate at which the money is growing every year. But if suppose your target is your future need is your son's college expenses, your girl's college expenses, whatever, your child's future, then we must take some time to appreciate that the expenses for college is increasing minimum at the rate of 10% each year. If you actually hear stories and calculate the numbers, it will be like 12%, 13%, 14%, but that will be too disheartening. So let's assume that the rate at which college fee is increasing is about 10% each year, and that may be just the minimum amount. And so your target is moving at the rate of 10% each year, and you are trying to reach your target at the rate of 6.5% each year. How will you ever catch up? This is like a car chase. No, if somebody is traveling at a very high speed, if the villain in your life is traveling at a very high speed, and you want to chase after that villain, then you must at least go at the same speed as that of the villain, and otherwise there's no hope of you catching up, right? So of course you can compensate for such a big difference, because the inflation is 10%, your return is 6.5%. You can compensate this by investing more amount of money. But how many people can invest more? That is the reason why all those people in those personal finance forums, when they sit and calculate the returns, they are saying you will get only 4%, 5%, and they will say those returns are not enough. And this is something that very few people are able to appreciate. It's such a pity. It's 2021, and still we have to talk about such basics. In some way, it's bad. So let's say the current college fees about 25 lakhs approximately, totally everything included, and at just 10% inflation, after 15 years this will become 1 crore. So if you are going to invest your money in only safe products at 6.5% yearly return, the monthly investment you need is 35,000 rupees, or you need to shell out about 4.5 lakh a year. So you can invest in 2 PPF accounts, or 1 PPF and one SSY account, depending, or something like that, and you have some insurance product for about 40% of the portfolio. If this is the case, then you have to shell out that 4.2 lakhs money. So how many people can do it? If you can, maybe you can get away with it. Of course, there are risks because your returns can go down, inflation could be higher, and so on. But if you don't want to do that, and if you don't have that much money, then even if you increase that portfolio return from 6.5% to 7.5%, just 1% increase, then the investment that you have to put in can lower by 60,000 rupees per year. Every year it will be reduced by 60,000 rupees, which is a big deal. And that you can get by taking on some kind of guilt mutual fund, putting your money in guilt mutual fund. But then people will say, oh, guilt mutual fund is risky. Of course, guilt mutual fund is risky, but it is still 3 to 4 times less riskier, less volatile than an equity mutual fund. So you have to look at it that way. You have to benchmark the amount of risk that you can take in that sense. So by investing in guaranteed products and by not investing enough, particularly if you don't have the money, then you are guaranteeing then you are pretty much guaranteeing yourself to fail in the investment. But if you are willing to take some risk, then that price is the price you have to pay for that additional return is immediately clear to you. You are willing to take a little bit risk, then you have some chance of getting the reward with at least minimal risk management. The problem with the guaranteed return products is people are looking at the constant return, but they are not benchmarking that return with inflation. So the price they have to pay for investing in such products, which is more amount of money to be invested, is not visible to their eyes. Whereas when they look at the debt fund or the equity fund, they are immediately seeing the NAV moving up and down. They say, oh, it's too risky for me. But there the risk is clear. In the guaranteed products, the risk is invisible, and that comes because they are not benchmarking the returns to inflation.